Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Mystic Moons. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Right in the morning on the northeast, and the sun is out. I've been up all night thinking about just the world situation, thinking about just how the energies are flowing. Everybody knows that the United States and Israel attacked Iran about 70 something days ago. And the war has been going badly for the United States. Well, and it hasn't been any fun stuff for Iran either. However, Iran did not attack the United States. The United States attacked Iran, took the aggressive, offensive position. But however, who is winning now? Who is and what is winning? But the United States isn't doing very well. Imagine the United States with no benefit attacking Israel, not Israel, Iran to the United States. United States attacking a country as big as Western Europe. A country, Iran, which has mountains, desert, it's highly fortified. Its geography alone is perplexing. And right now in the Gulf, the temperature is for the United States people, it's about 125 degrees Fahrenheit with about 118 degrees humidity. That's pretty hot. I've been over there. I know it's hot. It is really hot. You can't survive without AC. You change your clothes 4 times a day. 4 times a day. However, we're now having the battle of the century, which we're losing in the Strait of Hormuz, which is only 30 miles from United Arab Emirates, Dubai. At the most distance, Iran is about 60 miles. Not that far. Not that far. We go shopping for, the same amount of miles. I mean, as far as I am right now, I'm in the northeast in the mountains. And my Walmart store is about the same distance as if I was in Dubai again to Iran. However, United States people, United States military, Trump in particular, has portrayed this winning, and barbarism towards the Islamic State of Iran. Now, first of all, let's understand one thing. Iran is into its culture, its civilization. Iran is Persia, thousands of years old, thousands of years old. And while we in the United States, we say we're only 250 years old. We're thousands of years old too, but we have this mirage, this hidden stuff about just where and who we really are. So we have a lot of things to uncover in the United States. However, we're over here in the Middle East. Now, the point is, Donald Trump has been acting very strange for this entire debacle. I'll use that word. As I said, we all know we have no reason to be over in the Middle East. We have no reason. The Straits of Hormuz was open until the United States and Israel did the boom boom and blasted and killed a lot of people. On a solemn note, took lives cut short, schoolgirls, old men, on behalf of Netanyahu government. It doesn't make me feel very great that, or you should feel very great that our president is going around like a lackey, making us in the same boat as what? Step and fetch it. It's pretty shabby. It's pretty shabby. And you have to ask yourself, what is America? What is America? What are we? I mean, that's something that we have to discover. And now that we are being crippled, we are being defeated in Iran, in the Iranian war. Not a little country, well, the size of Western Europe by about a million people, 100 million people, a little under that, maybe, a million, not maybe not between 95 and 100 million people. We have 350 million people. So it's sizable, very sizable. And then again, we have the 6,000 miles of distance. And we have a very iffy type of bases in the area by people that we don't really understand the United States, unless you live there. I mean, I lived over there, and I understand that there's people more than most Americans. And I can tell you that a deal isn't really a deal. The deal you do today isn't the deal that becomes the deal 2 weeks from now. It's just that's the way if you use the word deal. So anyway, we want to ask ourselves, things are going badly for the United States. Um, and Trump is not taking it very well. And we've all seen his posts, his AI posts, and they're very strange. Very, very strange for the leader. The United States is still a powerful country. However, its leadership is rather testy lately. In fact, when Trump saw that his plan for Iran to take over Iran was going a little south, he became extremely emotional and at times had to be like sequestered away from his men, his team. Now, I don't know the details because I wasn't there, but it was rumored. And the fact that he keeps on posting himself as like a deity, as the bravest and the toughest and this and that, and the language that he uses for a country as great as America, as the United States is, isn't quite sitting properly. I mean, it makes you feel uneasy. I'm going to obliterate you. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And makes all our allies and our enemies feel queasy. And you have to ask the question, would Donald Trump, since he is losing the war, will he resort to nukes? And we all know that a nuke doesn't have to be the size of a skyscraper. A nuke can be the size of a bowling ball. So that's kind of, but it has the same, things are different from World War I and II. We're not going to see Hiroshima and Nagasaki, but would Donald Trump use a nuke to get a win-win-win at any stage? Let's just see. Now, we're going to use the shadow cards for this. All right? The shadow cards, of which it's not exactly traditional in some ways. All right, let's see. Shadow cards. Where is an answer? Will Donald Trump use nukes? Will he use nukes? Now this, I'm going to look at the backs of these and see which one gives me a sound. I hear the bell. Sound. What do I see? Or a dagger move. I see one of these hands having motion. No, this one I feel a dagger. Do I feel it more than this one? No, I don't. Let's see, this one. Let's see now. Will Donald Trump use nukes? Nukes. You got it? Nukes. I mean, cornered, wounded, his popularity. Donald Trump doesn't like to lose. He doesn't like to lose. He doesn't like to be humiliated either. This is a weird type of battle that the Iranians have gone against traditionalists such as Trump. Trump has gone there with planes and blasting and civilian casualties. But the Iranians have done something different, more tactile. They've cut off communications. They used their knowledge of the culture, our culture, the United States, the American culture, and made really a buffoon with using Legos of the people involved. This one here. All right. Now, let's see. One more. I'll pick one more. Let me see if I get a vibration. This one. All right. Now, let's see where we go. Will he use nukes? Now, the shadows, as I said, are different. They're more inclined to give underlining purposes as opposed to upfront. More like the message between it. First card we get is the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles. Iran is a very rich country. Very rich country. And it is using a starfish approach of warfare, meaning you cut off one leg, then another one grows in. It's not using the top-heavy hierarchy that we have in the United States. So it's very different. However, you don't need to wait for orders to do something. It's not traditional. It's not colonial. I'll put it that way. But it is effective for their purposes. And we have here the Queen of Pentacles, the oil, their minerals, their location. All these things are desired for by their riches, by America, by the Trump administration. Let's make a deal. It's very hard to make a deal when your life is at stake. It's very hard to make a deal when somebody is being a pirate as well. Now we have the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands, Iranian war. The Iranian war, the American-Israeli-Iran war. They'll fight. They'll fight. They'll protect. So we do have war. This card is indicative of the battle zest, the battle spirit, the battle energy, the fight. We will not give in. We will not bend the knee or cry uncle, as our illustrious president has shouted that they should. Here we have the Four of Cups. Now the Four of Cups, the Four of Cups is a timing card. A timing card, of which we've had delay after delay after delay after delay, right? A timing card. We have all these things to go through and thinking about what can pinpoint the right time, or do we have the right time? Do we have a right time? Can we smash them? Can we do what? How can we do? Next card we took is the Six of Swords. Now, the Six of Swords could be very well the United States, GCC, the Gulf States. Now, they have recently said, don't attack Iran unless we give you the signal. Once again, the United States is being reduced to an aggressive step and fetch it. First, we're doing this for Israel. Now we're doing it for the Gulf states. Something seems to be missing, doesn't it? Something seems to be lacking. So, we have the riches, we have the state of war, we have time, waiting, we have the wait card, the Four of Cups, the Four of Cups. We have and we have these people. I would take the Six of Swords as the Gulf states. Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, UAE, Qatar, who else? Kuwait, I think I said that. Bahrain. Yes. So this is rather complicated in a way. We have this pause. We have this pause and we have this war. And we have all this loot. We have all this oil, all this fertilizer, all these petrochemicals. We have all this insurance money. We have all this because each vehicle, Lloyd's of London, the biggest insurer on the planet, they've doubled their fees, tripled their fees, thousands their fees. It's very expensive. We've all seen our gasoline prices go up, our oil prices starting to go up. A couple dollars here, a couple dollars there. And the plan, Now, does this say that he will or will not use nukes? Trump. That's a big question because people don't, they're afraid if he uses any force, because Iran has said, you do one thing and we'll bomb the infrastructure of the Gulf states. And they've already shown their capabilities. And they also have the backing, Iran, of China and Russia. Let's not kid ourselves. Two superpowers and the Houthis, Omanis. Omanis are not exactly neutral, but Yemanis are. It's a mess. It's a real mess. And right now, if the war stopped today, it would take about 2 years to even get things the way they were prior to 2.5 months ago. So, all this shame, everyone's saying Trump lost. He has no plan. He has no this, no that. Will he? Now, this is not giving us a definitive answer about will he use nukes. It's not. So, let's see. Let's take another deck because I'm just getting the war, the weight, the chaos, but I'm not getting an answer to. We all know that Trump is rather spontaneous, and he feels that he knows more than anyone else on the planet. That's a bad combination. And he's treating, excuse me, he's treating people's lives, as though they were deals. That's not the way that we want our leaders to be. Treating others callously, as though they're just cards, marks. Well, this is, wait a minute, it's all changed, mixed around. Let's see how they're doing this. Let's figure this. Okay. All right. Let's see. Now, will Trump use nukes? Will Trump use nukes? All right. Will he use nukes? These cards are very cut and dry. Very, very dry. Will he use nukes? This one. I've had many copies of this deck. I like it. It's blunt. It's pretty accurate. This one. No, this one. All right, well, Trump used nukes. All right, let's see. We'll do this. One more card, one more. All right, this one. Well, Trump used nukes. All right, here we have Trump used nukes. Let's see, first card we pull. We have the Seven of Cups. He's thinking about it. Then we have Judgment. Ah, he considers himself the best matters. This is very all the options, uh, the ability to do so, with the just get it done, just get the job done, and just be in and out, in and out, in and out. Could be a style that a lot of men have. And we have the Page of Wands. Trump used nukes. Page of Wands. Now, pages are the idea of the purest idea of something. Judgment. Right now, we can say that he is definitely thinking about it, and he's perfectly capable of doing it, and he's the only one who feels he can do it. And if he feels that Iran will use that in his mind, will use nukes against him, then why not? Go on the thing at first. Using nukes is something that Trump has definitely given a lot of thought about from the very beginning. And he's consulted a few people, I'm sure Netanyahu, and he is locked and loaded, and he believes that he alone has the right to do it as president of the one of the most powerful countries in the world. Even the strongest have weak moments, weak times, without proper, careful contemplation, planning. And we have the Page of Wands. We have Page of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles. If he goes into battle and he's losing, with all the AI images he's put of himself as the hero, the savior, the god, the ultimate, perfectly capable of panicking to keep his legacy, his aura alive. He's perfectly capable of what he wants. It's hard to think that anybody today, would want to incinerate, or, I mean, killing. War is destruction. But if somebody would just use a nuclear weapon, you're incinerating people. You're just dissolving them off the face of the planet. And we're the only country, the United States, that have used atomic weapons, right? The atom bomb, which we did, even though it wasn't really necessary, but we did it to show a show of force. Now, to do that again in today's civilization, in today's elements, of which power is bifurcated or trifurcated in three ways. We're not the only power that has nuclear weapons. In fact, there's quite a few countries. And from my own experience, meeting in schools and stuff, Iranian students in physics were quite plentiful, quite plentiful. So obviously they have the know-how. They're not stupid people. They're not stupid people. A lot of people aren't stupid. But in the United States, in the leadership, they kind of think that a lot of people who are not Americans, even particular Americans, because the country itself is many tiers of citizenship. And I would put citizenship in terms of who, what, where, and what gender, what background, social standing, blah, 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 stuff like that. So, I mean, it's all very step, a ladder. It's a ladder. It's a ladder. So, we're going to see. Uh, Using a nuke. That's a When somebody spends their time all night long, I mean, Donald Trump doesn't think of himself as a regular president. No, he thinks of himself as a king, a king, a king. Well, when somebody has a feeling of themselves as being above it all and the only one who can make decisions, and taking a country to war that wasn't in the interest of the country, other than saying Iranians are not animals. You don't have to like them, but they're not animals. Nor do they deserve what has happened. I'm very against the war. I'm very against war in general, but especially against war that you just decide you want to be a pirate. You laugh and do things to hurt people. That is a different type of, that's not America. That's not the United States. What is America? We have to decide what kind of country we really have and what kind of country we really want. And when we find our leaders are willing to go that far to prove a point, of which is something that is not really provable, that's something we have to really pay attention to, because we have to ask ourselves, what is America? The rest of the world is asking themselves as well, what is America? So until the next time, I'm going to leave this discussion up for a while. If you have any comments, please add. And think about it. We're at the crossroads. The United States is at a crossroads. The world is at a crossroads. We're changing direction. Now, many in the United States aren't prepared for the change that is happening right now. And that is the leader, and that element, change is always happening. But many in the United States do not realize exactly where we are going and the extent of it. And that is the question. Who will do what when you're pushed to the limit? And a leadership that does what he does. No other president has spent time posting cartoons or posting AI generated comic type of art. Comics. joked around, used the language that has been used. It's very dangerous. Very dangerous. Anyway, thank you for the likes, for the like. It's a heavy topic early in the morning, but it's something that's happening right now. This delay cannot continue, delay, because our leadership does not have a plan. But the only plan, back is against the wall, is to have one big ferocious battle. Now, what would an advanced culture do? Will Donald Trump use the nuke? He's thinking about it. He's definitely thinking about it. He's definitely thinking.